Hey, this message is about being dishonest to our children with things like the Easter Bunny, the Tooth Fairy, and Santa. So, what we do not realize is that when we are born, we're pure source energy. And when we link with our mother, our needs are supposed to be met. And as long as our needs are met and we're not being harmed, then we remain in our purity. So it's inevitable that we're going to have pain and suffering, but the goal now is to alleviate pain and suffering as much as possible because the world up until this point has um, been like a snowball and just gained momentum and gathered more and more pain and suffering and brings us now to where we are today. And now we're trying to alleviate and educate so that we can remove pain and suffering that we're holding on to from the past, as well as preventing it from now and not in the future as well. And so, one of the big aspects of pain and suffering is having our trust broken. And we do that with our children when we tell them lies about all of these characters. And when you understand the characters, you're going to understand that they all envelope certain amounts of darkness way more than we realize. For example, it's based upon a character way far away, but it was Coca-Cola that brought it into reality. And Coca-Cola is pure sugar. And if you've witnessed or tried it as an experience on your own, you can pour, um, or if you've heard of it, you can pour Coca-Cola on rust and it removes the rust, it eats the rust away. And so imagine what the Coca-Cola is doing to you when you are consuming it. And so Santa was created by this company. And when you realize that we're supposed to be keeping the connection with our children pure, that means we have to be completely honest with them. We don't want to break their trust. So when the kids get old enough, they're going to go to school and then they're going to find out that they were lied to, and then they're going to possibly be humiliated if they're older, because when children might be mean because they still believe in these things. And what's happening is not only that aspect of it, but when kids were bought gifts for Santa, the ones that have a lot of money would most usually buy all the brand name items and go extravagant. And you got to see, these characters give an opportunity to see the parents that have money and that flaunt it and that are trying to keep up with others. You can see the ones that don't have money and are trying so hard to make an image of having money. But it's really interesting watching it from a perspective where you understand now, or when you've come from a position where you've had no money, and that can go two ways. You can grow up and gain more money and go crazy, or you can gain more money and be humble. Well, I guess there's four ways. And the other way is that you don't get money, or you choose not to get into that thing and you don't be greedy. So, um, well, so the whole thing about these characters is that it creates pain and misery and suffering. But when you're poor, you're able to witness when the wealthy people are greedy and stuff. And it's a cool perspective to be able to be not in the game of these characters and trying to keep up with everybody else, because then you have all this spare time because you're not panicked and in that cycle. You can look and watch as the others try desperately to play this game. It's pretty cool. And yes, I used to be part of that game. We all are in some form or aspect or part of the spectrum. It's part of the human experience to witness and participate and then realize what's going on and getting the heck out of there. So that's your message. It's about being dishonest. It's breaking that trust. It's causing pain and suffering. So these characters, I highly encourage you to distance yourself and put an end to the cycle of these, because it's only lining the pockets of the wealthy and the stores and everything, all of these holidays. And it's unnecessary. And when we realize all of it's unnecessary, we don't have to be working so much because we're spending all of our money on all of this unnecessary stuff. We don't need any of it, none of it at all. We've got everything we need within ourselves. I love you so much. Blessings of consciousness.